Now on 767 News, Bagatelle and Fonkole to benefit from US $85,000 grant. Digicel cable TV service introduces superior viewing experience for customers in Dominica, while upgrades to network continues. Dominicans need public and business community assistance to travel to Nassau, Bahamas for music, model and talent showcase. And in sports, local businessman and Dominica Football Association make football donations. Welcome to the weekend edition of 767 News, Dominica's #1 news source. I am Tanya Green, sitting in for Alicia George. Stay with me as I bring you the details of these developments and more when we come back.
Count your Thursdays and win up to $24,000 in cash. For every $9 spent on Big 4, you get a raffle ticket to enter our weekly draws to win $4,000 cash every Thursday for 6 weeks. The more you spend, the more tickets you get, the better your chances of winning every Thursday. That's $24,000 in cash. So play Big 4, count your Thursdays and win up to $24,000 in cash. Only from the Dominica National Lottery. Promotion starts from February 24th to April 2nd.
Some call it money transfer. We call it helping him hit his first ever six. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Thanks for staying with us. Time now for the details of the news. The villagers of Bagatelle and Fonkole are now beneficiaries of US $85,000 of grant funding from the Embassy of Japan in Trinidad, which will go towards the enhancement of infrastructure in the community. This was made possible through a collaboration with the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, DALCA. During the official ceremony on Thursday, Local Government Commissioner John Fountain said the significance of this ceremony will be better accounted and appreciated by the residents of Fonkole and Bagatelle, who will be the primary beneficiaries of this grant funding.
This partnership lends support to the government of Dominica in its quest to mainstream disaster management across the length and breadth of Dominica. And it will also assist in determining standards for emergency shelters, a program which is ongoing with the World Bank. Let me assure Mr. Takafumi that the proposed intervention will result in community empowerment, building capacity among community leaders, short-term employment, the protection of lives and property, improving sanitation, mitigation. The implementation will be participatory and will depend largely on a multi-sectoral approach, as we have started. The output of the process is geared at retrofitting the Fonkole Community Center and the construction of a storm drain in Bagatelle. The latter is complemented by funding made available by the Global Environment Fund, GEF.
Fountain said Bagatelle is prone to multi-hazards, namely flooding, storm surges, hurricanes, and landslides. This has forced residents of the community to respond to numerous roadblocks as a result of rockfall and or landslides affecting the communities. He added, as a result of past experiences, residents have a cooperative approach in their quest to minimize and reduce risks.
From a historical perspective, it is well known in Dominica that as a result of the Bagatelle disaster, if you want to call it landslide, in 1977, 13 people lost their lives and the same number were injured. Post-1977, the population grew and it is concentrated in an area known as Project. During the years of management of the Bagatelle estate, a main contour drain designed specifically to control excess water from interfering with production and the few residents who live nearby was maintained on a regular basis. However, since the increase in population and change in land use, there is even more need to stabilize the area.
Meanwhile, Second Secretary to the Embassy of Japan, Takafumi Ura, said he has no doubt that the projects to be undertaken using the grant funding will truly meet basic human needs and is happy that the Embassy of Japan could assist.
Through this project, the people of Fonkole will have increased access to a safer environment as they will be able to shelter overnight during any natural disaster. Also, the community of Bagatelle can feel a stronger sense of safety with a reduced risk of landslide, since the construction of the storm drain will mitigate the effects of natural disasters.
Ura said Japan and Dominica has for a long time benefited and enjoyed friendly relations as the governments have been actively cooperating, sharing and exchanging opinions on many important issues. And upgrade work on Digicel Play's network will continue amidst the company on Thursday unveiling its new digital TV service that will give customers the best quality viewing experience across Dominica, as well as the first ever electronic program guide, EPG. The new service will offer the latest in digital TV technology with an advanced TV channel lineup that includes over 100 channels plus the new EPG. Over the last few months, Digicel Play has been improving its service across the island as its technical teams have been out in the field making upgrades to the network to allow customers to enjoy the best viewing experience available in Dominica. Nikima Roye John Baptist, Digicel Play's customer service sales operations manager, said the ongoing upgrades are very important.
We have about another month, a month and a half to go to complete the initial upgrade of our current network to ensure it is at a higher standard to provide continuous, reliable service. After that, we're going to go into phase 2, which will include the network extension, which is where we will cover the rest of the island that's not covered by us right now.
John Baptist said this upgrade demonstrates Digicel Play's continued commitment to its customers and Dominicans while providing them with the best possible service and latest technology.
As you can see from our Play TV, that is the latest technology that's available first time in Dominica, and this upgrade is doing just that. By replacing the lines, by replacing the taps and the amplifiers and the nodes and all the other technical aspects of our network, we're ensuring that, again, we provide the best possible service not only to our current customers, our future customers, and Dominica by extension.
According to John Baptist, customers seeking a better television experience should switch to Digicel Play.
We offer you control to be able to determine what your kids watch. You know, you'll leave your kids watching TV and you wonder, what are they watching? Well, now you can control what they do with the parental controls. For the first time in Dominica, you can actually block channels based on the ratings, whether it's a PG-13, a rated R, NC-17, whatever the case may be, so you have control of what your kids are watching. Additionally, you have new technology that offers you an ETV guide where you can go in and you can see programming by the half hour for 7 days out. You can schedule based on that. So, for example, the ICC Cricket World Cup is on, right? You know a game starts at 11:30. You want to take a little snooze before? Schedule it, and a reminder will come up on your TV, or if somebody's watching TV, it'll just automatically switch to that channel.
She added the Digicel Play new cable TV service offers customers a new experience with full control and high-definition channels. Meanwhile, Digicel Play's general manager, Michael Ozier, said the company have listened to its many customers to deliver an unrivaled premium digital TV experience with the launch of Digicel Play's new digital cable service. For more information about this new channel lineup, customers can contact Digicel Play's office on telephone number 767-616-1700. And 9 Dominicans are in need of the public and business community assistance to fund their trip to Nassau, Bahamas from July 13 to 19, where they will participate in the Music, Model and Talent Showcase, otherwise known as MMTS. The MMTS is the only modeling, acting and entertainment showcase designed for Caribbean-based talented individuals to perform before scouts from international organizations such as VH1, MTV, Motown Records, Epic Records, IMG, Elite and Storm model agencies. Regional Director of MMTS, Carla Armour, said the event will prove to be a perfect opportunity for the individuals to propel themselves to be spotted by scouts, as they will compete against up to 1,000 individuals from the region.
We hear about the Rihannas, we hear about Bob Marley, we hear about even Harry Belafonte, what they have done for their nations. We hear about Ophelia, what she has done for Dominica. We know about Exile One, Gramax, Jeff Joe, Mikel Henderson, right? And I'm sure there are others that I'm not naming right now. But why can't one of our delegates or all 9 of our delegates potentially be on a scale of the Rihannas and the Britney Spears and the Whitney Houstons, etc.? I think that we can. I think if with the right training and the right exposure and the right practice, as I always tell them, perfect practice makes perfect performance, right? They can be on a global stage, and that's what the MMTS is about.
Dominica's auditions were held in November of 2014, where the 9 delegates were selected. Among these are 3 models, 1 actress, 5 singers, and 1 songwriter. They are Ian Jackson, Shalina Samuel, Nawana Shillingford, Kasim Birmingham, Lena Bontiff, Siobhan Johnson, Janet Jackson, Giovanni Kennedy, and Elena Joseph.
Dominica is just like anywhere else, a place on this earth, and we have every right to be as amazing as all of those other stars out there that make it. We just have to be dedicated and committed. And so in saying this, I want to call on the media to continue to follow these delegates, continue to follow our activities, because when they know that they have this keen eye on them, and they know that they are ambassadors and role models, then they know they have to step up to the plate of perfection. And each time, hone their skills. Each day, I tell them, in their mirror, they get out of the shower, they can sing, like as if they're on stage in Hollywood or something. It doesn't take having to be there. It means getting ready. So when you are there, it's like taking a shower.
Meanwhile, Minister of Tourism, Senator Honorable Robert Tongue, advised the delegation to stay steadfast to their goal, as one can achieve his or her dreams if they work towards them.
To the delegates, I mean, wow, you guys are great. Continue doing what you're doing and try to do it to the best of your ability. The Ministry of Tourism obviously endorses this great event. Due to the potential benefits based from this. Just imagine you as the delegates going to the Nassau, Bahamas and performing the way that you have done here, and more than likely even better. Just imagine the amount of awareness that you're going to create for Dominica. Obviously, you have to say the name Dominica quite a number of times so that we can actually associate you with Dominica. We've seen in the past that entertainment is also very important. Just look at Rihanna, look at Bob Marley, in terms of what they've been able to achieve for themselves, but not only for themselves, the countries have benefited tremendously as a result.
Honorable Tongue said he is looking forward to sponsors coming out to support the Dominica delegation to make their participation in the MMTS a reality. In an effort to raise funds and receive sponsorship, the Dominica delegates will host a series of fundraising events leading up to their departure on July 12. Persons interested in assisting the group, whether financially or in kind, should call the MMTS Public Relations Officer Elena Joseph on telephone telephone number 616-2085 or Carla Armour on telephone numbers 245-4166 or 612-4166. We take a break now. When we come back, digitalization of Civil Registry Department provides added security, says Registrar. And farmers and bees share a symbiotic relationship, says apiculture official. More details when we return.
Some call it money transfer. We call it helping him hit his first ever six. MoneyGram, bringing you closer.
Pay absolutely nothing down and nothing further until Easter this carnival at Courts. Yes, it's time to head down to Courts and get everything for your home today and pay absolutely nothing until Easter. Offer applies to credit purchases 24 months and over. Plus, we'll even give you a chance to trade in your old item for something brand new for a nice discount. Up to $400 off. We'll even haul away the old item when we deliver the new. You've got to rush down to Courts today and enjoy this carnival with nothing down and absolutely nothing to pay until Easter. Plus, trade in for a discount. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The digitalization of the Civil Registry Department has provided added security measures for the department, says Registrar Ozzy Walsh. He said this is now possible as a result of the implementation of specialization of labor, where there is a process to prevent an individual from having the ability to complete a customer's certificate request.
The security that has been, I would say, lacking when we had the old system, that's the manual system, where someone came over the counter, made a request through an application, somebody enters the big books, opens the big book, writes a birth certificate on a pink paper. That was very open to all sorts of fraud and related matters. So this, with the new system, because of the specialization of labor that has been implemented there, the person who is receiving the application and entering the system to query it with respect to verification as to whether what's on the application is what's we have in the system is not the person who is doing onward vetting, further verification rather, from a supervisory function, and then another person does the printing. So we're looking at a three-tier system, and different persons function in different capacities there.
Walsh said the digital system eliminates the instances of fraud almost entirely, as one individual cannot enter the system to fully complete any task. He said access will be denied if anyone attempts to do so.
So from a security standpoint, we are happy to announce that we have achieved a great level of security, a much greater level of security when it comes to the issuing of certificates here. With respect to the big books, since we have scanned, cropped, and saved maybe 99 to almost 100% of the information we have in what is called the big books you consult, which were manually entered, which entries were manually entered into for births, deaths, marriages, and adoption. We have scanned those, and the big cameras we have there, scanned it into the system, it's saved into a database. There is no need to consult the books anymore.
The registrar noted when someone applies for a certificate, the information is entered into the system, which will then retrieve their detailed information to be verified before any certificate can be issued.
We are at a point where we need to marry both systems electronically, because the system which we obtain from CBN, the issuing system for the certificates, is not the same system or the same company, CBN, who gave us, or from whom we obtained the digitalized database. The OAS, Organization of American States, sponsored the database for the digitalized information. So we had a point where we need to bring marry, you could say, electronically. both systems. So there'll be no need to be using two sets of databases or computers with respect to applicants' information and verifying the information further with what we have digitalized.
Walsh added that the digitalization of other departments has also commenced, with the Organization of the American States, the OAS, providing technical assistance. The sustainability of bees is very important to the human race. However, this is especially so for farmers. Chairperson of the Apiculture Development Project, Dr. Cyril Robinson, says bees and farmers share a very important symbiotic relationship in the production of agricultural produce.
So if you produce pumpkins or avocado, citrus, cucumbers, you name it, mangoes, seaweeds, palm city, all of those are pollinated by bees. And you know, the greater the number of bees you have in your vicinity, the greater chance of a high yield of fruit.
Dr. Robinson says bees depend on the farmers and the wild for the flowers they need to produce honey, while the farmers are even more reliant on the bees as they enhance the quality and quantity of the fruit they produce.
And if you do any farming and you've looked even half closely at the bees as they go around, you know, if you have cherries, you have bees. Even gloricida, you know, bees are really like, although that doesn't produce a fruit. So, you know, it's in the interest of the farmer to get involved. You don't have to be a very large bee farmer. You can have a small holding. You can have a small number of hives.
Dr. Robinson says there is the need for more individuals to take up the skill of beekeeping, which will aid in the increased production of honey on the island. The Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, GEF, is currently funding the Apiculture Development Project, which aims to increase the number of individuals involved in beekeeping in Dominica. And Dominica's fashion industry will not be the same when the island's premier fashion event titled Fashion Bouillon Dominica, or FBD, takes place from May 29 to 31, 2015. Fashion Bouillon, which is the brainchild of media personality Kamala John Baptist Aaron, is the premier fashion, lifestyles, and culture event in Dominica. In an interview on Friday, John Baptist Aaron said FBD intends to be the ultimate platform for fashion in Dominica to create opportunities for all players in the industry using the nature and culture brand that Dominica enjoys as the backdrop.
Fashion Bouillon came as a result of me looking at what is going on in fashion all over the world, in the Caribbean, people using this multi-billion-dollar industry to merge tourism and culture. And for me, Fashion Bouillon is going to be a reflection of Dominica tapping into the fashion industry, as well as exposing Dominica to the rest of the world, and to give people from the rest of the world, in particular people from the fashion and beauty industry, an idea of what Dominica has to offer. So it's a merger of the fashion industry and the tourism industry.
John Baptist Aaron stated in its debut, FBD has already attracted some of the biggest names in fashion in the world. They are Korto Momolu and Mikel Knight, two of the most prominent names to come out of the Emmy-nominated hit fashion show aired on Lifetime Television, Project Runway, produced by supermodel Heidi Klum.
There will be a casting call for models in Dominica to be a part of Fashion Bouillon Dominica. Actually, what we've done, the Fashion Bouillon Dominica organization, what we've done is we have partnered with a highly reputable fashion event producer, Mr. Terry Donovan. And Terry Donovan lives in New York and is the creator also of Summer Sizzle BVI in its 7th season this year in June. And his experience in creating very extraordinary fashion events is very, very reputable, and we have partnered with him to put on Fashion Bouillon Dominica.
Terry Donovan of Terry Donovan Events said he partnered with John Baptiste Aaron for Fashion Bouillon Dominica, as he is of the view that she has the vision of the benefits to be derived by the destination from this event.
Fashion Bouillon is an original concept for the island, and like Summer Sizzle BVI, which I have produced for the past 6 years. This is the 7th year. And Summer Sizzle BVI was created based on the fashion and lifestyle concept, which means that it was designed to create a fashion destination in the island of the British Virgin Islands. So who gains from this event? Number one, the destination, okay? And we're attracting visitors from all around the globe. And we invite celebrities, international designers, models, international media, and it has continued to grow beyond measure. And so my interest in partnering with Camilla really comes from what we can do to create such an event here in Dominica.
Fashion Bouillon Dominica will begin with an official white hot welcome cocktail on Friday, May 29, while the show will take place on Saturday, May 30. The event will culminate with a Pirates of the Caribbean themed tour of the island for all players of the fashion event. And the Rosa Public Library on Friday, February 27, 2015, hosted a one-day zoo experience, allowing the public to get a close-up view of Dominica's wildlife. Groups of preschoolers gathered around the cages in which the animals were kept and curiously gazed on and even petted a few of them. The children also got a free horse ride around the library. Acting librarian at the Rosa Public Library, Renita Charles, said this was an initiative which started since 2003 under the name Pet Day and is now called Animal Awareness Day.
We have various books on different animals, so we just decided to showcase these animals that we have in books. So we decided to go with those we would have as pets. So we first started off in 2003 as Pet Day, and then later on we moved to the name Animal Awareness Day to encompass both those animals you can have as pets and those that are found in the wild.
Charles said the annual event is held in February. She is hopeful that the experience will have a positive impact on the children.
The children can enjoy a horse ride, which will be a very memorable event for them. For between the ages of 3 and 10, it is for free. So they can get that, get to see the snake, touch the snake, pet the snake. We have agouti, we have mice, we have goat, sheep, pig. So just name it, and we're there. So we're like a mini zoo for a day.
The latest in sports news is up next with Larry. Stay with us.
Welcome to Court's Digital World, where we have the widest range of digital products from the world's best brands, televisions, tablets, laptop computers, mobile phones, and much more. Connect, explore, engage.
Hello, my name is Mikkel Henderson. I write and perform songs to earn a living. I depend on organizations like Echo to collect my royalties when my music is played in public, like on the radio, at jams, restaurants, hotels, bars, and even here on Digicel Play. Because Echo has relations with more than 200 copyright agencies around the world, I'm guaranteed to collect royalties when my music is played in places like France, Germany, Italy, the US, the United Kingdom, and almost anywhere in the world. Echo and the work it does is essential to make sure that the writers and composers like myself can continue to make the music we all love and enjoy. Just remember, let the music pay.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. In tonight's coverage, we focus on football. The Lapland LA Stars will step out in style for their next football match, as the team was on Thursday presented with new uniforms and footballs courtesy Element Agencies. Owner of Element Agencies, Eddie Bopier, in making a presentation, said he is pleased to make such a donation, which is part of his company's sponsorship to the team.
We've been sponsoring this team for a number of years, jointly sponsored, I should say, by Lime, but this year we'll be sponsoring them solely by Element agencies. The sponsorship will entail uniforms, brand uniforms, as you can see, top-of-the-line uniforms, and free balls, and also a check to the Dominica Football Association for the registration fee. I'm hoping that this sponsorship this afternoon will enable the young guys of Lapland, the youth of Lapland, to go out here and perform to the best of their ability, to showcase their talent, to keep the physique intact, and represent Lapland, represent the football teams of Lapland on a whole.
Bopia said the number 3 jersey was retired as it was worn by the deceased national footballer Noran John Hope, who died along with national football coach Kurt Hector in a tragic accident on their way to the now Douglas Charles Airport on Friday, April 19, 2013.
Once again, I'm hoping that this donation from Element agencies will go a long way in helping you guys participate in the league successfully. You've been reaching the finals for the past years and not been able to win the trophy, but I'm looking forward for a trophy this year. So on behalf of Element agencies, I want to make this presentation to the captain, Mr. Dirk Saint-Jean, and I want to tell Dirk your reward to me is a championship trophy, and I wish you well.
Bopia noted Element agencies will continue to make such donations to various sports teams. Captain of the team, Dirk Saint-Jean, expressed his appreciation for the donation.
On behalf of Lapland Football Stars Club, I want to say thank you to Mr. Eddie Element Bopia for this kind donation. As we know, Mr. Bopia has been sponsoring us for the past 5 to 6 years, not only in the First Division League, but also in the Grand Bay and River Civic League. I pray that God bless his family, his business, and him. And I pray that in the coming years that he will prosper.
The donation amounts to approximately $2,500, which is done annually. The team is registered in the First Division League of the Dominica Football Association, DFA. And in more football, the giving continued as 13 secondary schools, with the addition of the Dominica State College, won Friday donated with footballs courtesy the Dominica Football Association, DFA. President of the DFA, Glenn Etienne, said this donation is just one of the ways the association has been investing significant resources geared at improving the standard of women and girls football on the island.
The many persons who have been instrumental in women's and girls football development cannot go unnoticed and must be commended of the dedication and commitment service that you have shown, has no doubt paved the way for a bright future for women and girls. Let me encourage you and thank you for the tremendous work that you have been doing, and urge you to continue to work even harder. At present, the DFA has a number of coaches attached to the secondary school football program. These coaches are providing the necessary support to the coaches we are already at the schools. This initiative is geared at ensuring that we provide all the necessary support that the school needs. The coaches are doing a wonderful job.
He said the DFA recently donated complete football kits to secondary schools, all geared at enhancing their skills and participation in the secondary schools girls league. Etienne stated the DFA is pleased with the process being made at the secondary schools level.
The number of persons who have participated in this competition is very clear that the women's and girls football is on the rise, and it shows the interest that girls football is generating. Let me encourage those who are already involved to continue their involvement and to encourage more young girls to take part in the sport, since it can prove to be beneficial if one puts in the required amount of work.
The DFA president said the association has noticed an improvement in the standard of play at the secondary school level, with competitive matches and high levels of talent being exhibited. According to Etienne, the senior women's national team is preparing for the Windward Island Senior Women's Tournament scheduled for later this year. Meanwhile, DFA's youth officer John Joseph said the investment into secondary schools women's football has been reaping dividends as a number of players have graduated to the national level.
We just want to appreciate the efforts that is being made by everybody involved, because we need to set a good foundation with the young people, the young persons involved in football, that we can move on when they get older. The Football Association is mindful of what we need to do in terms of the development of women football. And a few years ago, we felt that we needed to start at a certain stage in terms of the development of football. So we started in the secondary schools. In the future and later this year, we are also going to introduce an under 15 women's competition, which we believe will assist even more in terms of the overall development. Because what we find is that starting at the secondary school with the under 17 girls or the secondary school competition, you find that most of the girls are just starting, they're just getting their first time playing football in the secondary school, and by the time they leave the school, they don't reach their full potential.
Some of the schools receiving donations include the Dominica Grammar School, the Wesley High School, the St. Martin Secondary School, Orion Academy, Portsmouth Secondary, and the Pierre Charles Secondary School. And that's it for tonight's Sportscast. Tune in again on Monday for more sports news.
Thank you, Larry, for the latest in sports. And that's it for the local sports segment. Now for a recap of the headlines. Bagatelle and Foncolay to benefit from US $85,000 grant. Digicel Play cable TV service introduces superior viewing experience for customers in Dominica, while upgrades to network continues. Dominicans need public and business community assistance to travel to Nassau, Bahamas for music, model, and talent showcase. And in sports, local businessman and Dominica Football Association make football donations. Drop us an email, friend us on Facebook, and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I am Tanya Green. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a wonderful weekend.